You are watching Otero Studios.
Hello everybody, and welcome to a new video. I know it's been a while since I've kind of done a video, at least one of these, because I am going to put the Posca marker video up as well, but I haven't done a review video in a while, so kind of 2-for-1 special here. So I picked up this Copic Gasenfude brush pen. I've had these in the past. I do like them. This one's the nylon brush, water-based pigment. This one is India ink, so it does last a little bit longer. It comes with 2 refills. You've seen me use this quite a bit in my videos, but right now I'm going to show which one is worth really picking up. This one is only $7.49 at my local art store, whereas this one is $20. This one, once it runs out, you can't use it anymore, you just have to toss it. This one, on the other hand, same type of brush tip, but you can change the refills, and I have so many refills, so I bought another one just because it's nice to have a backup. But on the video I'm going to show you the ones that I already have open, but I am going to definitely kind of run through, see how good the streak is and everything, so you can kind of make up your mind. I'm going to give you my personal opinion on it, and like I said, I don't do rating systems, don't believe in them. It's just easier to say, hey, you want to borrow this? You definitely should buy this. Don't bother. So those are my 3 kind of criteria. So I always, tell people, hey, you want to pick this up, or do you want to borrow it? Or I'll just tell them to avoid it. I'm not having a good time with it. But at the end of the day, it's your choice if you want to try something. So I'm not gonna keep you from it. So if you think, hey, I might enjoy this, then go ahead. But this is just my opinion on it. So the next clip here is just gonna be me with a piece of paper, and I'm gonna test out the 2 brushes. Alright, stay tuned. Alright, so here is my I call it my Sensei book, but it's actually Sense book. It's by Transotype. This is just like my book that I go to just kind of scribble in and just do basic things. The paper is not that great. So I'm just gonna pop open a page here, and we're going to test out the Pentel Pocket Brush. This is the Pocket Brush right here, and then this is the Copic Gasenfude. Both nylon tips, both have black ink, but one is a water-based ink. The reason why I did this is because it is Copic proof. So once it dries, you can actually go over with the marker and it doesn't smear it. Whereas I do notice that it does smear the Pentel Pocket Brush. So if you do use this, I would wait until it completely dries, or have a more porous cardstock, like what I use for my sketch cards. So the first test that I always do with every new brush is, it's called a line test. So you're going to pick up your pen and just go really light and just straight down, and then do it again, but push down a little harder, and then really hard, and then max brush. And what this tells you is how much of a flare you're gonna get with the pen when you get those streaks, when you streak down. The reason why this is good is if you were looking for this effect, it's good to know, and also if you're trying to avoid this effect, it's good to know. So this is the Copic, and I'm writing it with the actual pen. Now this is the Pentel. I am not completely a fan of sticking to one brand. I feel like you can do so much with different brands. I am definitely a mixed media kind of guy. So first line really light, second line just a little bit harder, third line really hard, and then the last one, just push that brush all the way. Now you can see here the difference. The Pentel is a lot more saturated, and even when I pressed hard, I didn't get that flare that you do with the Copic. Again, if you're looking for that effect, the Copic's really good, but the Pocket Brush is a lot more consistent. You do need a lot more control with this pen, a lot more so than, you know, your basic Copic multi-liners. Like these right here. With this one, you can kind of go for different lines, which I'm going to be reviewing in a later video. That's a really expensive set, so I don't recommend for someone who's kind of dipping their toes into inking. It's a much better idea to start with one of these. First off, you learn control, and the second is it's cost effective. So the next test is going to be saturation. What I mean by saturation is, let's say you're drawing an eye and you really want to fill in that eye area, because you know you're going to go in later with a white ink. This is the Copic. Now, what I mean by saturation is, if you close up here, you'll notice that there's some spots with white where it missed, and you don't notice it until it really starts to dry. This is something that you do not get with the Pocket Brush. Again, this is something where, you know, it's going to come down to preference, and also you're looking at the price too. Like I said, this one ranges from $6.99 to $8.99. I paid $7.49 for mine. These normally range from $20 to $10 depending on if you find a good deal or not. So those are the two tests. Now to brush tips. So I'm gonna pop them both open just so we can take a look here. This is the Pentel and this is the Copic. The brushes are almost identical. The only real difference is that you can really see the bristles on the Copic, whereas on the Pocket Brush, even if you go really hard, you're not gonna see a lot of the brush. So those are another difference with these. So I'm gonna go, the next clip is gonna be kind of my final verdict, and just to kind of go into what I feel is good about each one, what I think is bad about each one, and give you my rating. Alright, so between the Pentel and the Copic, which one would I recommend? If you're on a budget and you kind of want to dip your toes into inking, do some Japanese type prints, or just draw very quickly where you don't really get that speed with a multi-liner, definitely recommend picking up one of these. That one that you saw in the video I've had for more than a year now, and it still works really well. But like I said, once it dries out, you will have to buy another one. If you do enjoy this and you want to dip your toes into something a little bit more professional, the Pentel Pocket Brush is the way to go. I bought a spare one just so I have, you know, a spare. And sometimes I do go on trips and I don't have it with me, so it's nice to know that I have a spare laying around. But that other one is almost 2.5 years old. Still works great. And with the refills, you won't ever have to buy another pen. Similar to the Copic multi-liners, the reason why this is so expensive is you can refill the ink and you can refill the tip. Like I said, I'm going to be looking at these in a later video because it's a lot more in-depth. There's different sizes in the pens. But I would definitely buy both of these if I had the chance. But this is all going to come down to what you're looking for in your artwork. If you want something to look a little bit more professional, a little bit more finished, the Pocket Brush is the way to go. If you're just looking kind of hobbyist and you just want to get you dip your toes into inking and brushes, the Copic is a good starting off point. I don't think one is better than the other, because you can still get the same effect. You just have to do multiple passes with the Copic, whereas the Pentel Pocket Brush, one pass and then you can color and do highlights right on top of it. It holds really well. I've had images from 2 years ago and they still look like I did them yesterday. This one is not as archival. Archival meaning you go back to it 2-3 years later, some of it might look a little bit faded. But you know, I love both of them, and that's why I always have the Copic and the Pentel Pocket Brush. But let me know in the comments down below if you have any of these and if you enjoy them, and which one do you prefer, or if you prefer one or the other. This is, like I said, this is more of an opinion, and I love them both, but you know, this one is my go-to for almost everything. And then if I need something to look a little bit more faded or more unfinished, if that makes any sense, like clouds, I go for the Copic. So especially if I need to color right away, like at conventions where I'm doing a sketch card or a sketch cover, I will use this more often because I have to color right on the spot, so it takes less time to dry. But hopefully you enjoyed the video. Like I said, in the comments down below, let me know what you like, and let me know if you tried it out, and if you kind of agree with me or disagree. Love to hear what you have to say. And as always, don't forget to keep it over 9,000. Take care.